Oh, so that's fine.
You're like, ready to go?
Yeah.
Or-
I'm just gonna
My
stare at
computer
you.
says 5.
Does? Yeah, mine says 5:29.
That is mine.
I'll just stand
Yeah.
for the.
Just stretch.
Yeah.
She got the official clock. My goodness. All right, it is 5:30. We will call this Board of Works meeting order. Could you please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Clerk Treasurer Price, can you please call roll?
Mary.
Here.
Present.
Present.
All right, very good. The minutes from the March 17th Board of Works meeting have been presented for review. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
All right, any discussion?
I'll second it.
Did you only get you sent me one and then sent me a corrected version, right? There was something in there that we had to change. Was that the council meetings? Okay, so those means are all right. Any discussion with the March 17th Board of Works meeting minutes? No?
No.
All right, here none. All in favor of approving the March 17th Board of Works meeting minutes, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye, motion carries. Next item of business is the claims totaling $584,047.85. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion with today's submitted claims?
Okay.
All right, hearing none. All in favor of approving the claims submitted totaling $584,047.85, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I am an aye, motion carries. All right, very good. Next item of business is going to be the Paredes food truck review, permit review. We discussed in the meeting that was approved to revisit this to see how things were going. I know Julia spoke to several of the businesses that were in that area to get it where it is today. And I don't believe I haven't heard any negative feedback. I haven't heard anything from any of the business owners saying that it's not working. So have you heard anything from anyone in the public?
No, I've not heard anybody saying one way or the other that it wasn't doing well. I did speak to Jordan. He's traveling back from spring break today, so I couldn't be here himself. So things are going well. They hope to be open sometime in the middle of May. So I thought maybe he wanted to revisit the permit and extend it at least through the end of May to be safe.
Okay.
But yeah, he said things are going well and that they're going to start being very active on the weekends with other festivals and traveling around. So
Okay.
it won't be as busy, I don't think, on the weekends, but he still would love to have the food permit, his food truck permit extended through the end of May.
Okay. Any board discussion?
There hasn't been any complaints, I don't think.
I haven't gotten one, so I think the location of it kind of in its own little area worked out really well. And I know oh goodness, he's not gonna like that, I forgot it, but Grubhub. Yeah, so he was nice enough to let him use some electricity and they've worked really well with him. So I appreciate that. Any further discussion on Paredes extending Paredes food truck permit till the end of May?
No problem.
Nope. All right, is there a motion to approve extending the Paredes food truck permit till the end of May.
So moved.
Second,
All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving the Paredes food truck permit till the end of May, signify by stating aye.
aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries. Next item of business is Butler Fairman Seifert's task order for the wastewater. We have Dave Buck here to kind of give us a general overview of what this entails. Dave?
Yes, you have before you a task order that would basically look at the capacity of the plant as it sets today, including the current improvements of the clarifier project that's wrapping up right now. 3 or 4 years, it's 3 years ago, the city and BFS did a very large study of the treatment plant in terms of expansion for going from your current rated capacity of about 1.5 million gallons a day to something north of 3 million gallons a day for future growth long term. What this task order would do would look at, as the plant exists today, what additional capacity above your average daily flow do you have for development if no more improvements are done at the plant? Not an expansion type of approach, but just what's capacity available between where we're at today and where we would be up to the 90% limit for IDM to stay in compliance with IDM. So it's gonna be somewhere between 1.1 and 1.25 type of flow numbers for the capacity of the plant that we'd be studying. And we would need to revisit and get updated information from IPC to understand any changes that they're either doing or that they would plan in the near term to understand the impacts of that and ramifications of any other development that would take that available capacity, such as Bowen Estates Phase 2. So that's the real thing we really want to look at and get answers for.
It's kind of a land of unknown right now is we're starting phase 1 for Bowen, and of course they're asking, what about phase 2? A lot of the public is too, but yeah, at the end of the day, we want to make sure we have the sufficient capacity for, I don't know how many homes were in phase 2. So this is 47 for phase 1. So we want to make sure that we have the capacity to do so. So that this is, like you said, the clarifier is what it's complete. Now they're just kind of wrapping things up. But part of that was after the clarifier was done was obviously the storage tanks. So this is a task order that kind of kicks things off, I guess, to see where we're at and what we can and can't do.
Yeah, major expansion study kind of hit pause with potential major changes and expansion at IPC. Those haven't happened. Are those still on the horizon? Does the city need to be planning for those and looking at a major expansion in the near term? There's lots of processes and equipment at the plant that does need improved and brought to modern standards and 35 years old. And so it's not potential. Improvements can be made that can increase capacity without necessarily a large expansion, but this study won't get into those. It really will just focus on the available capacity for current state at the plant for its current.
Okay. Dick Van Sickle was going to be here to provide some stuff. I don't see him, but anyway, this is kind of this is information we need to see where we are, where we can go. So have you had a chance to review the task order? Any further questions for Mr. Buck, Dave Buck? Nope. All right. Hearing none. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second,
All right. Have a motion and a second to approve the Butler Fairman Seifert task order for wastewater treatment plant analysis. All in favor, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries. Very good. So the next item of business was going to be the Delphi Library Summer Reading Kickoff. However, Julia, I believe that is now not going to happen.
That is not gonna happen. Yeah, they no longer need to close the street. What they wanted to do, they weren't able to get clearance for, so
Okay.
it's the last minute pull, so.
Okay. So we will scratch that from the agenda and discussion items. Yes, and I don't know where that is on the, yeah, all right. So the next item is going to be the Front Street improvements, proposed road closure. And I guess, Dave, you could probably speak on behalf of this as well, or I can. It doesn't.
Haven't made any changes
They haven't. So the reason for this is for a couple of reasons, I guess, is one for safety. Obviously with the work, it's going to be safer for them to have this portion of road closed, and also it would, I'm told it would speed up the process of the job. So bringing things down to one lane and all the MOT traffic changes would be time delays. So this would be, I'm told they could get in and get this done a lot quicker. With that, that road completely shut down where they can get equipment in, their manpower safe, et cetera. So everybody had a chance to look at the MOT proposed by the Interurban for the Front Street improvement completion.
I do have a question, but I'll make a motion that we approve it so we can discuss it.
Sure. All right, I have a motion to approve the Front Street improvements MOT sketch. Is there a second?
Second.
Random there. All right. Spencer.
So I do have a question. So on the parking lot, that's literally right back here. Are they still gonna be able to get in on this alleyway and then just have it
No.
closed off here? We're just
No,
gonna
the
complete.
alleys are this whole section right here. This is I don't know what you had. This is
This is what we have.
yeah, from Wilson to Union is what's closed.
What?
Yep.
I have that too.
Yeah,
I
this is
don't
the
have
one.
this.
Yeah, this is the one we have.
Did not put the orange lines on it. Yeah, so it's basically, these are the two alleys that we already voted on to, those will be
We
closed.
This is closed here, this is closed here. I didn't know if we're gonna leave this alleyway entrance open because there's a parking.
Well, yeah, this will be open.
Okay.
This is Union. So
Okay.
the closure is on Front Street.
Okay,
Yeah, this is Front Street here from Union, which is right here, down to Wilson. So this will be blocked off. Notice has been given to the homeowners, I believe, kind of an advance notice that we would be discussing this, and then if approved, they will be knocking on doors or hanging some kind of notification to the homeowner. So again, I was told that this would be long-term was going to be probably the end of May, they could probably complete it. That's what I was told. So again, if it's completely shut down where they can get in there and get to work and get it done, that's ideal. That way we get it open back up and be finished with the project. So. Yep. So
The work that they were able to get done for winter hit included the storm sewers that are down by the Wilson Street end and the Wilson Street entrance. And that's really the big hinge point to allow this to create a closure that works for traffic and give them, as the mayor said, a safer work situation, as well as the one-way on Union Street and having people come down and get trapped. They just have it closed to be exit down to Washington Street instead of trying to go through an active work zone. It would have to be one way and really restrict the working area that they have. So kind of what we witnessed last fall with how the intersection kind of got bogged down with deliveries and just construction traffic in general, to give them a cleaner defined work area to stay within, and then give traveling public a more clean.
They'll be able to exit through, the apartment will be able to exit. through
they come
Wilson.
straight up Wilson. So this is still open. Wilson's open, Union's open. It's just the 2 block stretch here to where they're starting right here because they got infrastructure in already. They're going to start here. They'll do the retaining wall way down. Yeah, another issue we're having was they're still continuing to park on Front Street. So the cars would continue to be in the way of construction equipment and moving things around. So this will help them kind of, like you said, have their own little area and knock this out quicker in the process. So we will be happy when it's complete and all finished. All right. Any further discussion and questions? Goodness, it's been a day. No?
Good.
All right. Hearing none, all in favor of approving the road closure for the Front Street improvements, the MOT sketch starting from Wilson Street and closing to Union Street, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye, motion carries. Why I attached the other one to you guys? That's the one this was the old proposed one, right? When we decided to close that. That's the one that we did for the
Yeah.
alleyways. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So. All right. All right. Any board comments?
Yeah,
proclamation.
yeah.
But what?
The proclamation part.
That's under, I'll do that under mine. Yep.
Okay,
Okay, yep.
Yep.
I'm good.
All right, so last Thursday, Mayor Sims and I did a joint proclamation like we did last year in White County. This year it was in Carroll County. We did the two of them out, the First Assembly of God Church. April is National Child Abuse Awareness Month, and it's also Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So Mayor Sims and the White County team joined us at the First Assembly Church, and we read the two proclamations, and it was a busy room, a lot of people in attendance. So other than that, let's see, a couple more announcements. Julie, you had a couple things, didn't you?
I was just gonna let everybody know that we have Donna McCain, who has served the city for 29 years as our utility clerk, retired last Wednesday. And we have a new utility clerk that started today, but from Valley, and she's come on a fellow. So anybody would like to stop in and meet her, we would invite you to do so. Make her feel welcome.
Yes, and also Maryland, who's been here for 26 years. Yeah, a long time. She will be retiring at the end of this month. So, yeah, I hate to see Donna go and hate to see Marilyn go, but certainly deserving of their retirement. And one of the items we'll discuss at the Common Council meeting is the job description for Maryland's spot. So, all right. Any further board comments? Any public comments? Sir?
On the Front Street project, I know there's a parking on the corner and nobody told me to ask this question. What's the provisions for parking for them?
So they'll have to, this Front Street's gonna be closed. So with construction equipment, they'll have to park on either Union or, the side streets are all still open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's not-
Yeah, all the side streets are gonna remain open. There's nothing closed on those. It's just the 2 block radius of Front Street.
Are you talking about the ones
So-
that are closer to Washington?
Yeah, the one right down here. in the city.
Yeah, that part's not. closed.
That's not closed.
Yeah, that's not closed.
Yeah, it starts right here and goes down,
Parking
go
in
down.
front.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
there's
not
parking
closed.
here on the side of Union. There's several spots here, or, there's parking available, but the part for Front Street will be blocked off. So,
And you're making it sound like hopefully a month, only a month.
The end of.
I mean, that's 2 months.
2 months,
Yeah.
but-
And construction's construction, right? You
Yeah.
got rain days, if every construction site went perfect, we live in a perfect world, but.
It's not gonna be an extended length of time. It's a couple months to get the job
Correct.
done.
You're not in the middle.
No, we let them go a little extra last year to kind of see where we was at and a good place to stop. And I think where we did stop was a good point to pick up and shut the road off and get it done a lot quicker. So adding in the infrastructure last year, it was cold, but the weather didn't get horribly bad until a certain time. So that's when we did have to shut it down. But had it not done that, which it's Indiana, we knew it was coming. We shut it down when we did, and we'll pick things back up and get this project done and be done with it. So
Okay.
this will expedite it quite a bit. Any further public comments? Maryland, goodness. Close, to start with an M. Miriam, none? All right, just one last motion.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye. And I'm an aye. This Board of Works is adjourned at 5:48 PM. Thank